Imagine climbing the brutal slopes of the Tour de France, carrying the weight of 2 climbers. Could you even finish? Some didn't just finish, they crushed it. Is it even possible to survive the Tour de France while weighing over 90 kilograms? In a race that rewards light, featherweight bodies, where every gram matters in the mountains, a few riders dared to challenge the norm. While most pro cyclists fight to keep their weight under 70 kilos, these heavyweights carried extra mass and still made history. In today's video, we'll dive into the fattest, or let's say largest, cyclists to ever compete in the Tour de France. Some of them didn't just survive the race. They won stages, conquered classics, and earned serious respect. And stick around to the very end because we'll reveal the man who is widely considered the heaviest professional cyclist to ever participate in elite-level racing. Hey, welcome to BikeFlix. I'm Aitor, and if you're new here, we've got a small but passionate cycling community growing every day. So before we dive in, don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to support the channel. It really helps us grow and bring you more epic cycling stories like this one. In pro cycling, weight is everything. Climbers look more like marathon runners than power athletes. Slim, light, and almost floating on their bikes. That's because of one key metric, watts per kilogram, or power to weight ratio. The lighter the cyclist, the easier it is to fly up brutal climbs. And in the Tour de France, where riders face monsters like Mont Ventoux and Alpe d'Huez, even a single extra kilo can cost precious minutes. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, there are riders who are big, cyclists who weighed 85, 90, or even more than 100 kilograms, and still found their place in the pro peloton. These were the powerhouses, the ones who shined on flat stages, time trials, breakaways, and especially in high-speed sprints. To put it in perspective, some of these cyclists weighed more than NFL wide receivers and still raced up the Alps. Let's count them from lightest to heaviest and reveal, step by step, who was the true heavyweight king of the Tour de France. Number 7. Tom Steels from Belgium weighs between 78 and 80 kilos. A sprinting icon of the 90s, Steels wasn't extremely heavy, but his muscular frame made him a powerful presence in bunch finishes. Compared to his featherweight contemporaries, he looked like a bodybuilder on a bike. Number 6. Johan Vansummeran from Belgium weighs between 78 and 80 kilos. Tall, lanky, and resilient, Vansummeran defied expectations with his massive 2011 Paris-Roubaix win. His height gave him leverage over cobbled terrain, even if he lacked the bulk of others on this list. Number 5. Fabian Cancellara from Switzerland. He weighs between 80 and 83 kilos, a time trial titan and classics legend. Cancellara's powerful build made him a nightmare in solo efforts and breakaways. He wasn't bulky, but his solid muscle mass put him above the average climber by a long shot. Number 4. Tony Martin from Germany weighs between 80 and 82 kilos. The Panzerwagen was pure force on wheels. His size helped him crush time trials and shield teammates across endless flat terrain. Martin showed that raw power can sometimes outweigh weight disadvantage. Number 3. Andre Greipel from Germany. He weighs around 88 kilos. The gorilla was built for speed and intimidation. With 11 Tour de France stage wins, Greipel used every kilo of his explosive strength to barrel through finish lines. In sprints, he was untouchable, a freight train in motion. Number 2. Marcel Seabourg from Germany weighs somewhere between 88 and 90 kilos. Seabourg wasn't just heavy, he was massive. Nearly 2 meters tall, he was the ultimate wind blocker and sprint launcher. Teammates loved having him around. Rivals hated trying to pass him. And number 1. Magnus Beckstead from Sweden is roughly 95 and 97 kilos. And here he is, the heaviest known rider to ever complete the Tour de France. Big Magnus was an outlier in every way, with almost 100 kilos of weight. He still managed to finish 5 tours and win Paris-Roubaix in 2004. Even on the most brutal terrain, his engine never failed. He wasn't just big, he was brilliant. But even Magnus Beckstead isn't the biggest cyclist we've ever seen on a bike in the pro cycling. Because in the world of cycling, there's one man who truly took massive to the next level. These riders weren't just surviving, they were dominating. On flat stages, weight becomes traction. On sprints, their mass creates momentum that's hard to match. And in time trials, especially flat ones, more body mass can generate higher absolute wattage. A 90 kilos rider might push 450 to 500 watts for extended periods, levels smaller climbers can only dream of. Heavy riders are also essential as domestiques, protecting leaders, blocking wind, setting high speeds, or launching breakaways. Their role is crucial, even if they're not flying up the Alps. While many of the riders mentioned were strong and muscular, there's one who stood out not for muscle, but for sheer body weight. Meet Magnus Beckstead, a Norwegian cyclist who weighed over 120 kilograms while competing at semi-pro levels. He gained internet fame for racing visibly overweight, with his stomach over his bib shorts, yet finishing tough races with grit and joy. Now to be clear, Beckstead never raced in the World Tour or the Tour de France. But in terms of pure size, he may be the biggest rider ever seen in UCI-sanctioned events. Among actual World Tour pros, the title of heaviest goes back to Magnus Beckstead, who reportedly raced at up to 97 kilograms and still finished the Tour de France 5 times. Børresen's story reminds us that cycling isn't just about speed, it's about soul. While others saw ridicule, he rode with pride, and fans loved him for it. These riders shattered every stereotype in the book. While most believe only light, skinny athletes can thrive in cycling. They proved that power, determination, and strategy matter just as much. So now we want to hear from you. Do you think a heavier cyclist could ever win a Grand Tour in the modern era? Which big rider inspired you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you love stories like this, make sure to subscribe to BikeFlix, give us a like, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into cycling's most surprising moments. Until then, keep riding and keep breaking the mold. And what if the future of cycling isn't just about being light, but being powerful in every sense? Maybe the next Tour champion won't look like what we expect at all.